Hello my fellow freedom builders and welcome back to the channel. Well, the time here in Denmark right now is only 8:30 in the morning, and normally I don't do videos at this point, but as you can see in these breaking news here, I simply had to make a video because something new came up in this saga, in this grotesque series that I have made videos about now. I think I've made 10 or 11 videos about this tiny company called Nikola. You know the drill. They are producing hydrogen trucks, semi-trucks, revolutionizing the world. The company makes a reverse merger, getting on the stock exchange at a valuation for $3 billion. And all of a sudden they are worth $40-50 billion. And it turns out they have nothing. Or at least that is my opinion. They are fluff. They are hot air. And that hot air is been blown into the balloon by the former CEO, the founder of the company, Trevor Milton. Now, I have been speculating in my videos how long time Trevor Milton could keep being the face of Nikola. They have been under harsh allegations, first from the Hindenburg short sellers, that were hardly criticized for criticizing Nikola at the same time as they were being short. I was saying that was not really a problem as long as the accusations were true. And well, today, breaking news, Trevor Milton out of Nikola Motors. The first place I saw this was on this site called Freight Waves, and I don't really know that, and it just says that sources close to the embattled fuel cell truck manufacturer are reporting that founder Trevor Milton has resigned, blah blah blah. So I couldn't really find an official statement here, but then I found the Forbes website because I really started digging in here. I didn't want to run just with rumors here. I wanted some more sources saying the same thing. This could have been a rumor, but Nikola founder Trevor Milton resigns after short sellers fraud accusations. And it says here that Trevor Milton, the founder of upstart hydrogen truck maker Nikola, has resigned as its executive chairman and from its board in the wake of allegations by an analyst with a short position in the company's stock, who has accused him of misrepresenting its technology and capabilities prior to going public. And this is pretty much all of it. The funny thing is that in all of these articles, they have to say that it is analysts with a short positions. They don't, as I've been into before, if there is an article about an analyst saying something good about a company, they don't say that it is by an analyst with a long position in the company, because people are not suspicious of people being long and at the same time being positive. But when you're short and negative, that is apparently the worst thing in the world. But Trevor Milton says here, I asked the board of directors to let me step aside from my roles as executive chairman and a member of the Nikola board of directors. Milton tweeted late September 20th, the focus should be on the company and its world-changing mission, not me. I intend to defend myself against false allegations leveled against me by outside detractors. And now, I'm actually a bit annoyed they mentioned this so specific, because in my preparations to this video, before I read this article, this was pretty much what I was to tell you that I expected from Nikola and Trevor Milton. Something with the spin of, yeah, we are still focusing on the vision. We want to change the world. Trevor Milton is unjustified being accused of this fraud, and he's just stepping aside to save the company, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Well, of course they're saying that. This is the standard risk management, catastrophe management tweet or news release from a company. This is what they have to say. Still, there are several lawsuits running against Nikola and Trevor Milton right now. And as far as I can tell from US law, what the investors can do if they feel that Trevor Milton has been a part of a huge pump and dump scheme they can actually sue Trevor Milton in person, and there's no insurance that can help him here. So right now he is worth something somewhere between around $3 billion. That is his stocks. He has something like 80 million stocks or something like that in Nikola, and of course he is extremely interested in that stock price being high because here in the beginning of December, I think it is the 3rd of December, he and a lot of the other large shareholders are set free to sell at least some portion of their stocks. In several articles, it has been stated that, the big investors are still believing in Nikola because they're not selling their stocks yet. I know, of course not, because they can't. They can only sell it at the 3rd of December, at least many of them, including Trevor Milton. And my guess is that around the 3rd of December, there will be a fire sale on Nikola stocks. Now, what will the stock do today? My guess is, there are really two directions here. One is that the investors all over the world can say, wow, he's resigning. There must be something to it. We better sell our stocks. And then people run from the stock and it can drop heavily today. There's also another scenario, and that is that the investors are saying, well, now he is out and he was the main problem, then Nikola can move on and there's still the GM deal and so on and so forth, so we will stick to the company. My guess is that what will happen today, and this is just my guess, is that the stock will drop in the beginning. It's always a big thing when a company loses its chairman and founder, and I guess the stock will drop. And then a lot of investors, maybe short-term traders, will say out there, well, it might be a bit too cheap now, and they'll start buying up at the end of the day, and then it might take back some of the losses. To me, this is exactly what I have been predicting, that Nikola simply cannot go on with this. And the important thing here is, for Nikola, is can they keep the GM deal? I know that the GM deal is actually a big favor to GM and not to Nikola, because GM is getting $2 billion worth of stocks, and they're getting 700 million from Nikola. All of Nikola's money are being given to GM to produce this manufacturing line to produce the Badger. And then, of course, GM is getting to sell all of their tech into Nikola, that apparently have the world's most revolutionizing tech, but still they want to buy GM's tech. So this is a very good deal for GM. I understand why they took it. However, the question is, if Nikola is repeatedly being accused of being frauds and scammers, which in my opinion they are, then GM's image, their public relations image, will simply not, they will not accept this being bombarded by fraud accusations. And every time you say Nikola in some articles, you also mention GM, and people are seeing GM being written in articles alongside with scam and fraud and words like this. So my guess is that if this goes on, and we are only talking a few weeks, maybe a month, if this goes on 2 to 4 weeks more, and the accusations and lawsuits keep building up, then GM will make use of their back door out of the deal. They have 90 days, as far as I can tell, to terminate the deal, to cancel the deal and say, no, there was something in this we simply didn't see, so we are pulling out here. My guess is that they will come to that conclusion, or at least their lawyers and their public relation people at some point will say to the board of GM, listen, your image simply cannot stand being in bet with Nikola. The GM brand is bad enough as we talk, and they are hugely in debt, and people are wondering how much longer they can go before they fail. And they don't need a case like Nikola. So they had hoped that Nikola could be kind of their rebranding, now we are going green thing, but I'm not sure they had seen this through. So it will be very exciting today what happens. I'll be looking into the pre-market. Let's just have a quick look. Now, I don't have the quotes yet, but I'll get back with that later on my Facebook site on Building Freedom. Remember to like that Facebook site in there. Yeah, exciting things happened. Exactly what we expected. Trevor Milton is resigning, and they are saying that there's nothing here, look the other way. We are simply just doing this for the vision of the company. Now, another thing that we should notice today, now I made a video about the Norwegian stock NEL the other day, and for you out there that are investors in NEL, this might actually put some pressure on the NEL stock, because that so much of NEL's valuation is tied to their apparently big orders with Nikola. But if it turns out that Nikola cannot really fulfill them, or there's some doubt whether as the company can go on, then that could really hurt the NEL price. And I would suspect that it dropped somewhat today. I saw an analysis saying that it could go down from 20 to 5 or something like that. So that could be cut 75% of the price. That had nothing to do with Trevor Milton resigning, but just a Norwegian analyst saying that it is tied so much to Nikola, and they didn't believe that Nikola could fulfill the orders. So they thought that NEL would drop significantly. Let's see what happens. It is truly interesting times, and I am kind of glad that all of this happens, because I have been very hard against Nikola. And as I've said, if it turned out I was completely wrong, I would gladly write Trevor Milton a note and with a big excuse. But there has not really been anything in here that shows me that they are not completely entangled in all of this fraud, or at least a lot of pump and dump in the stock. I have a hard time seeing how that company can be worth somewhere between 15 and 40 billion dollars without having any tech of their own. So I'll keep you up to date with this, but I just thought you needed a quick breaking news here with some very profound news from Trevor Milton. Let's see what's happens over the day. I'll talk to you again soon. Take care of yourself and your money out there. Bye for now.